Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of Flow Builder practice set series. So in this one, we are going to see how we can integrate our Apex code with Flow. So I'll quickly explain the scenario and then we can go ahead and get started. So the scenario is that on account, I want to display the opportunity with the least amount. Okay. So let's say if I have an account and there are, let's say, 5 opportunities associated to that account. So on account, first of all, I want to create a flow, and on that flow, I want to display that opportunities detail, whichever has the least amount, right? So on the same example, if on one account, if I have 5 opportunities and all those 5 opportunities will have some opportunity amount, right? So on the account, I want to display the opportunity, the one which has the least amount. Okay. So if all the 5 opportunities, let's say opportunity one has amount 100, two has 200, three has 300, likewise. So in this case, the opportunity one which has amount 100 is the one with the least amount, right? So I want to display that opportunities amount, or like any other detail, let's opportunity name and amount, on the flow, and then I want to put that flow on the account, right? So just by seeing at the account and just by having a look at this screen flow, I would be able to figure out that which opportunities out of all the opportunities that are associated with this account, which one has the least amount. All right. So for this, first we'll go ahead and we will create an Apex class, and in that Apex class we are going to create an invocable method. Okay. And in that invocable method, I'm going to write the logic to fetch the opportunity for the account with the least amount of opportunity. Okay. And once I have that method created, I would be going ahead and creating a flow. In that flow, I will call this invocable method. Okay. And when I call this method from the screen flow, I would be passing the account ID. Okay. Because when in your Apex method, when you will be writing a SQL query, right, to fetch all the opportunities, you have to specify the condition, right, that for which account you want to fetch all the opportunities for, right? So that is why I would be passing the account record ID from the flow. Okay, whenever I'm calling this invocable method from the flow, and once I have all the the result of the opportunities in my invocable method, and the logic to get the opportunity with the least amount, that also we have to include in the invocable method. And once we have that result, we are just going to return that record in the invocable method, and in our flow we are going to store that result and we will display that on the screen flow. Okay, so don't worry if you're not understanding this is pretty simple. So let's just go ahead and get started, and I will go slow so you will understand better. So first of all, I would go ahead and I will get started with the Apex class. So I'm going to, let me just close everything here. I'm going to create an Apex class. So Apex class, let's just name it as invocable action demo or something like this. And all right, so in this class, so first of all, in order to create an invocable method, you have to, there's an annotation @invocable method. That is what you have to use. Okay, so sorry for that. So invocable method. Okay, and here here you can also give a label to this method, and you'll understand that why I'm giving it a label, because in your flow, when you're actually trying to call this invocable method, it will be easier for you to identify. Let's say if you have created multiple invocable methods, right? So you can, to easily identify which one it is and not actually remembering the method name, you can give a label to this particular invocable method, so that in your flow, when you're trying to call this particular invocable Apex method, you will be able to identify with the label itself, because the flow will also display the label. Okay, the invocable method label. So here I'm giving it as a label. So let's say get op with least amount. All right, so this. Okay, and then here Also, sorry, the method name. Okay, so the method, this is just the annotation. Here I have to public static, and I want the result to be a list of opportunity, because I want to return the whole opportunity record with the least amount detail. Okay, so list of opportunity and then get op detail, something like this. And then here, let me just write it and then I'll explain you. List of string and args. Okay, so here whenever you are writing a method and you are defining that method as invocable method, so remember that invocable method always accepts arguments in the form of list. Okay, so that is why we have taken a list, and here we have taken string because we would be passing, when we call this method from the flow, we are going to pass the account id, right? So that when we have the account id inside the method, I can fetch the opportunities where account id is equals to the id that I have here, right? That is the whole requirement that we have, that we want to fetch all the opportunities related to that whatever account the user would be on, right? So for that I would be needing the account id, and that is why I have kept list of string, because id is going to be of string type, right? So although this is going to just have one value, because from the flow the account id that I would be passing is nothing but going to be the record id of the account, right? And that is, it is going to hold just one value, right? So basically when you would be accessing this, you have to access it as args and then square brackets and zero, the whatever value we have on the zeroth index, right? Because it is a list, it starts with 0 1 2 3 4, like it goes like that, right? So here I'm going to take another string and I'm going to define it as account id is equals to, and what is the account id that I would be, because this is nothing but the account id, right? So this, and then zeroth element. Okay, so 0. So whatever I have, sorry, whatever I have in this on the zeroth element in this list, that is nothing but the account record id that I would be getting from the flow. Okay, so once I have this, I am going to query the opportunities, opportunity, and then here we can keep it as list opportunity, and then here, sorry, uh, inside this now I have to query all the opportunities, right, of where account id is this. All right, so here select, and what and all do we want from the opportunity? We want, let's just take id, name, and we want the amount, right? Amount from opportunity, where, so on opportunity there's a field called account id, right? A standard field. So where account id is equals to, and then I need to put colon. This is how you put a dynamic assignment you do in the Sockwell. Okay, is equals to what? This id, right? Is this is where I am storing my account id. So this id. Now what is the other part of the requirement? That I want to get the opportunity with the least amount. Okay, so let's say you have 5 opportunities, and if you order those opportunities in the ascending order of the amount, right? So in the ascending order, that means so the first thing that we have to do is we have to order these opportunities by amount. Okay, so I'm going to write order, don't worry, I'll explain this, order by amount. So that means if there are 5 opportunities and all of those opportunities has values 100 200 300 400 500, or randomly, so this ascending, so this order by amount, and then here you have to put how do you want to order it. Okay, ascending, so that means it will start with the opportunity having whichever has the least amount. Okay, so it is going to order your opportunity result starting from the lowest value of amount to the highest value of amount. Okay, so that means if the opportunity with amount 100 is going to be the first in this list. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I know that I only want that opportunity record which has the least amount value, right? So I know that the first record that would be returning from here is going to have the least amount. So I want only that record. I don't care about the other 4 records of other 4 opportunities. So here I'm going to put limit 1, right? And that's it. So this way, this is making sure that you are ordering the opportunities by amount and in ascending order, that means lowest to highest, okay, and limit one, so that we can only get the opportunity record with the lowest amount. All right, so we already have this here, and now all you have to do is you have to return this list. And what are you returning? You're returning list of opportunity. And where is your list of opportunity? This is the list of opportunity, right? So list of opportunity, and that's it. All right, now let's just go ahead and create the flow. So flow, new flow, screen flow, right? So here I have to search for action, okay? So action, and here in the filter by you have to select type and here apex action. So now if I click on here, like, whatever invocable methods that I have, it should show me all those. So see, I have only one, so get op with least amount. And if you see the first line of text here, right, this is nothing but the label that we had given. The label was here, right? This is the label, get op with least amount, okay? This is the label that we are seeing over there. So we have to choose this, and then you can give any label, get op with least amount value, okay? And then here in arguments, what do we have to pass? We have to pass the account record ID, right? And how we look at the account record ID? This is a screen flow, right? So let's say if this is my account, and I would be placing the screen flow somewhere here, right? So how will that screen flow get the account record ID? This one, you have to create a variable, if you remember, right? And the API name of that variable has to be record ID, okay? That is how you get the current page record ID from the URL address, okay? So here I'm going to first of all activate this, and here I would be passing the record ID. So variable record ID should be text, and available for input, okay? Let me just click that. So record ID, okay? Now, so there's another thing, okay? So in advanced, it is asking us to manually assign the values. So whatever we are returning here, right? List of opportunities. This is the place where we can store that, list of opportunities, okay? Because we want to display that opportunity on the screen, right? That which one has the least amount. So in order to, and one more thing before that, right? So how many records does this list of opportunity has? It just has one record, right? Because we have already applied all the logic, and we have limited it to one record, right? Because that is all we want. So this is going to return us the one record of opportunity, okay? So here we have to first of all click on this, and we have to create a variable to store this, okay? Whatever result we are getting here, we have to store this. So here, let's just go ahead and create a resource variable, and opportunity result, okay? Let's just call it this opportunity result, okay? This is API name, and data type is going to be record, okay? And object is opportunity, okay? And output, all right? And that's it, this, and I'll just click on done. Okay, so we have we have called the invocable method action here, and also we have we have passed the account ID, and also we have stored all the opportunity result that is getting returned. Now we are going to add another screen and display the result, okay? So and here I'm going to put a display text, okay? Display text, and in the display text, of details, Okay, this has to be API name of details here. So what was the variable that I had? I had the variable as let me see if it is available here. Opportunity result, right? Opportunity result dot what and all do I want to show on the screen? I would want to show the opportunity name and the amount. That's it, right? That this is the opportunity name and that this is the least amount that this opportunity is having. So here, first of all, name, so name, and then also amount. Okay. So I will rearrange this. So for now, let's just keep it this way and amount. Okay. So amount. So here, let's just opportunity with least amount. Okay. And here we can put it as opportunity name. Okay. And here opportunity amount. All right. And that's it. So this should be it. And let's just click on done. Okay. So the flow is ready. Let's just save this and place it on the account record page and check if it's working or not. So save invocable method demo flow. Okay. Save and activate. So let's just go to account record page. And I'm going to remove these two. And here I'm going to include the flow that we just created. Okay. So flow, this is invocable method demo flow. And also, if you remember, I need to pass the record ID, right? So pass the record ID and that's it. Save. Now let's just go and check. All right, so this one doesn't have opportunities. Let me go ahead and open another account, or we can just create opportunities and check. So let's just create few opportunities. New. So let's just enter 100. And then 1. I should have done save and new. Anyway, let's just create another one. Amount is 200. Go stage with this. Stage up to. Okay, save. All right, so I just want to create the cache. Okay, so here you can see. So opportunity name of 1 and opportunity amount 100. So this is showing me the opportunity with the least amount available. This is the one where we have the amount as the the least amount, that is 100. All right. So a few points that you have to keep in mind is that the method that you would be creating in your Apex class, you have to annotate that method with annotation @invocable method. Okay. And then the arguments that you will pass in that method, that has to be in the form of list. So in this particular example, we were passing account ID, right? So I knew that the data type of the ID would be string. That is why I was taking as list of string in the method here. Okay, this one. And then whatever logic you have, you can just write your logic and return the record. So the second thing that you have to keep in mind is that if in your flow, you have to pass the record ID, right? Because whatever you're using here, you have to pass the ID from the flow so that you can use that in your logic. Okay, that's point number 2. Point number 3 is that in your flow, you have to store this somewhere else, right? If you want to display it on the screen, then you have to store it somewhere else. All right. So this is all about how to call invocable method in your flow when you're using the screen flow. So in the next video, I would be creating a similar example, but not with the screen flow, but record triggered flow. All right. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.